Coming up on Campus Currents Weekly, some student F1 and J1 visas are being canceled by the U.S. government. We'll dive into how it's impacting Seattle University. And this month is Earth Month. We'll tell you about some celebratory events coming to campus. You're watching Campus Currents Weekly. Good afternoon, Seattle University. My name is Diego Dumlao. The U.S. government is revoking F1 and J1 student visas across the country. This is affecting the Seattle U community as well. 4 recent graduates with post-grad work authorization have had their visas revoked. And as of filming, 1 current student's visa was canceled. Alan Wynn, the Associate Director of the International Student and Scholar Center, is working to keep track of students who may be affected. He says he checks the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System portal, or SEVIS, every day.
And that's when I did start seeing on April 3rd was the first of our students that got their student visa revoked. And then thankfully it's been calm for the last several days, but between the 3rd and the 10th, we had a student almost every day or every other day within that time frame. So we have 5 students that got their records terminated.
While there isn't much the ISCC can do to reverse the canceled visas, the center hopes to continue supporting its non-citizen students. Check out seattleu.edu/ISC to learn about resources for students on F1 and J1 visas. April is Earth Month, and we've got tons to do on campus to celebrate. A big event coming up this Tuesday is the 6th annual Earth Talks. Earth Talks is kind of like an environment-themed TED Talk series. The event will have presentations from students, faculty, and staff. Earth Talks starts at noon on the first floor of the Student Center. And if you have some old gear you're looking to get rid of, Stoke is organizing a gear swap this Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Participants can swap rain jackets, backpacks, and other items for free new gear. The location is still being determined. And this Saturday, Dr. Robert Bullard, the father of environmental justice, will be speaking in the Piggott Auditorium from 10:30 a.m. To check out more Earth Month events on campus, visit seattleu.edu. The Seattle Storm will have a new face in the locker room. Meet Dominique Malunga, a 6'6" center from France. The Storm selected Malunga with the 2nd overall pick in last Monday's WNBA draft. She brings a history of success to the Storm, winning a silver medal with the French national team last Olympics. The Storm also made 3 selections in the 3rd round, drafting guards Serena Sundell, Madison Connor, and Jordan Hobbs. The Storm season starts in early May. All right, coming up after the break, we'll show you how students have been enjoying Seattle's warm weather. And the NBA playoffs are in full swing. We'll give you some predictions for the first round. Welcome back to Campus Currents Weekly. Winter is officially over, and it's finally getting warm here in Seattle. Reporter Caleb Stipkovits and I got a chance to head outside and see how Seattle U students have been enjoying the sun. Let's take a look.
Hey Seattle University, we're out here on campus. It's super nice out, and we're here to talk to students and see how they're enjoying the warm weather.
That's right, Caleb. I got my shorts on, I got my football. I'm ready to go. Let's go talk to some people.
Let's go.
Really nice weather these last few days. What have you guys been doing to, soak in the sun?
I just had 2 exams yesterday back to back, so I've been studying for those, but today's my first free day after I finish this essay. I think I'm going to be walking outside a lot today. Yeah.
Nice.
We've been outside a lot, getting acai bowls, coming to sit in the grass and on the benches. What about you?
I'm going to the beach with my friends tomorrow. You know, it's been nice. I just be walking outside, putting my sunglasses on, just catching a vibe.
It's been really nice. We've been really enjoying it. Definitely spending more time outside.
Yeah, just like in between classes and stuff, instead of going home, like eating lunch outside and soaking up the sun.
And is there any other like attractions in Seattle or any other things you've been doing in Seattle now that the weather's been nice?
I like to go to Gasworks or Alki. You know, like I mean, I feel like everyone goes there. A lot of the farmers markets are opening up again in like Fremont and Ballard and stuff, so I might check those out again.
Maybe the Lake Washington is kind of nearby, and like the docks over there.
What about now makes it that everybody wants to come outside? Like, why is it important now for us all to be outside?
I think you definitely need it, because like if you just stay in like, you know, gloomy, cloudy weather for so long, you get down, depressed. But every once in a while, you get the sunny weather. It just refreshes up your mood, and yeah, it's just like great boost.
I second that.
Maybe like it's just the fact that the sun is so like far and few, but like we've had like multiple days of sunny weather, so everybody's like trying to soak up as much sun as they can.
Yeah. Get some vitamin D and feel less depressed.
Yeah. We need it for like this last quarter to like finish.
We hope you've all been enjoying the sun as well. I know I have been, Caleb.
Yeah, it's been great outside. You know, it's too bad I've been stuck in the studio all day, though, because, you know, haven't been able to get out too much.
But... Oh, yeah. I know. Me too. But, you know, the NBA playoffs are kicking off, and Caleb is here to tell us who he thinks will make it out of the first round. What do you think, Caleb?
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you called me in to make these predictions because everybody knows that I have excellent sports takes. So I'm going to make the easy pick first, right? I think that we know that both number one seeds are going to prevail in their respective series. So I'm picking the Cavs in the Eastern Conference to move on and the Thunder and the Western Conference to move on. I don't think that's too crazy.
No,
What do you think?
I was thinking the same thing as well, actually. Yeah, Cavs and Thunder, they look pretty good. I think I'm going to pick them to move on.
Okay, I'm glad we're in some agreement there. For Celtics versus Magic, I'm also going to take the Celtics.
Okay.
Honestly, the Celtics are probably the team that I'm expecting to make it out of the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
I feel like they're still the favorites. You know, they're reigning champions, so I'll pick them for that series.
You know, this is going to make me seem like I'm copying you, but I was also going to pick the Celtics here.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, here's one that might be a little difficult. Do you think Knicks or Pistons?
You know, honestly, I haven't been watching too much NBA,
Okay.
But based off my professional experience, I think I'm got to go with the Pistons.
Okay. Yeah, you know, that's not a bad pick, but I'm actually going to go the opposite way, and I'm going to go to the Knicks. I think the Pistons are really good, but the only thing is that, you know, they're a younger team.
Right.
I think they're still kind of on the come up, and
right.
I don't really trust the Knicks to make a deep playoff run, but I feel like they're going to win the series just based on having a little bit more experience.
Okay.
So that's who I'm going to pick for that series.
Okay.
Who are we going with, Pacers or Bucks?
You know, Caleb, I'm a big Giannis guy.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to go with the Bucks here.
I think that's a valid take. I'm actually going to agree with you on this one because The thing is I know that Damian Lillard, it's kind of questionable if he's going to be able to play, and I know that that's something that's a little bit concerning to people when they're making a pick for this series, but I'm going to go ahead and say that even if Dame misses a couple games in the series, I still think the Bucks are the better team, and I think Giannis is by far the best player on the floor.
100%.
And that's why I'm going to take them.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on to the Western Conference.
Here we go.
I guess, what about the 17 matchup, Golden State Warriors or the Houston Rockets? Who are you picking?
You know, I'm also going to have a little bit of bias here because I'm also a big Curry guy.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Golden State.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I think the Rockets are, again, a younger and less experienced team in the playoffs. I'm not really expecting them to go super far this year, but I can definitely see them being a good team in the future.
Right.
But I'm definitely going to be taking, because, I mean, you saw that game, you know, Curry had, and I think Curry and Butler combined for 70 points in the play-in game. You know, they're ready for the playoffs. So that's the team I'm picking to move into the second round.
Okay.
What about Nuggets and Clippers?
Nuggets and Clippers.
This one I feel like is a tough series.
This is a little bit of a harder pick, but I think I'm going to go with the Clippers here.
Okay.
No, like really big reasons. But I have a little bit of a feeling, you know?
I like that pick. Honestly, I'm really on the fence about this one. This is probably, if not the hardest, the second hardest one for me to pick, just because I think both teams are, really good and they're really stacking up well. I'm going to give the Clippers the edge, though, because I feel like they've been playing really well towards the end of the season. I think that the Nuggets, after firing their coach, there's just been a lot of turmoil within the organization. I feel like that might kind of affect the way they're going to play. So, well, our last matchup is Lakers and Timberwolves. Who are you going with?
Well, I know who you're going to go with, and I'm going to disagree with you.
Really?
I'm going to go for my GOAT, LeBron James. He will pull it out. We got LeBron, we got Luka, we got Austin Reeves. That's the real big three.
Yeah.
I got Lakers.
How many games?
Lakers in 5.
Sharp wannabe. Anyways, well, see, here's my take on this.
Okay.
Yes, the Lakers have my personal GOAT as well, LeBron. I can't deny that.
Okay.
And it really pains me to have to say that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to bounce the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
Because, GOAT James. I don't know how many years he has left. That's the problem for me.
You think Bronny's going to start that game?
Do I think Bronny's going to? No, I don't know. I could see him getting some minutes, when they're in the game 4 and they're down by 30 points against the Timberwolves, probably put him in there just to finish the game. But the reason I am realistically and I am very delusional. Like let's not put it past me. I'm very delusional when I say this, but I believe that the Timberwolves are a good enough team to beat the Lakers. Yeah. I'm surprised that more people aren't picking this as an upset. Because I understand that obviously Luka's been torching the Wolves for the past 2 years, and LeBron is LeBron.
Yeah.
But I would say that overall, I actually do believe that the Timberwolves have a better team. I think that they're much deeper. Yeah. I think that obviously there is you see a lot of playoff matchups where it's the best two players in the series usually determine the series, and obviously LeBron and Luka are much better than. Ants and whoever you want to put as the number 2. I'm not even sure who I would. But I think that overall, the Timberwolves are also a very well-coached team. They're a very good defensive team, and their offense has been peaking at this time of season. During their last 20 games, they've been one of the best teams in the league, while the Lakers have been kind of middling. So I'm going to pick the Wolves. I think it'll be a good series, and if the Lakers do win, I wouldn't be surprised. But can't go against my own team,
I know, I definitely think it's going to be a good series as well, and I can't agree with some of those takes. I'm a big LeBron follower, so
that's fair. So valid. That's valid.
Yeah. All right. Well, those were some really good takes from Caleb, but that is it for this week's edition of Campus Currents Weekly. Be sure to visit SeattleSpectator.com to check out more stories, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel as well.
And I'll be back at the desk next week. And remember, stay current, Redhawks.